What's up, Cancer? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a new moon tarot reading for the new moon coming up on March 7th. This is going to be at 18 degrees Taurus at 11:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will put it in the fourth mansion of the moon. I will put a picture of it up. This is all about overcoming obstacles and working. It's not great for marriage, but you can read about it. The astrology right now, Taurus and Aries are heavily lit up right now. So if you have natal planets in those two signs, or especially near the big three, the sun, moon, or ascendant there, this can be affecting you pretty heavily. But because there's a stellium in Taurus, we're all probably going to be feeling that regardless. If you are Cancer ascendant, you're talking your 10th or 11th house will be lit up. Now that's the house of your job or work, what you do for a living. And also your social groups, because 11th house is just your social groups in general, which could be one of those social groups. With so many planets in Taurus, the sun, the moon, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, all conjuncting each other, there's going to be a strong emphasis on the materiality. And being that that's your 10th house or your 11th house, you're talking about probably work. So you're going to be trying to think about new ways probably to make money. And with Uranus there, it's probably definitely going to be some kind of new way, or some new way out of nowhere comes to make money. Or you may decide to have something like a garage sale to clean your house, because Taurus is all about being aesthetically pleasing. You may decide to pick up art to make yourself, you want to create something beautiful. Doing like your landscaping, things like this, because that's beauty, things that you find beautiful. But the communication can be rough right now. I'd say be very careful about aggressive communications, both at work, because like I said, your 10th or 11th house could be lit up. Aries could fall in probably your 10th or your 9th. So there could be individuals like expressing their life philosophies or the way they think things are supposed to be to you in an aggressive way, or you may be doing that. Because Pluto is touching Mars, and Mars is in Aries, and so is Mercury, the planet of communication, touching Chiron. So it can be communication that's meant to injure someone, or to compete or to win in some way. But it could also be that it heals in some way, like a truth is expressed through that harsh communication, and that someone learns something about someone, is like, oh wow, and that heals something in them, or heals a situation in general. Like a resolution is reached through that kind of communication, because people actually say what they mean or feel, and then you get like a better grip on the situation. I'll just say be careful about those things, especially at work and in your social groups, on social media. Even if you're on social media, watch for like aggressive communication about people wanting to put their life philosophies on you, or vice versa. You may be like trying to express your life philosophies, and it could get aggressive. But anyway, that's kind of what the energies are right now. There is a lot going to be concerning materiality and money, but also sensuality and sex, because Venus is in the sign of its rulership, as is Mars in the sign of his rulership. So, and those two planets both can represent a spouse or your sexual partner in a natal chart. If you're into men, you're going to want to look at the Mars, right? If you're into women, you're going to want to look at the Venus. That's going to kind of tell you what your sexual relationship will be. In your natal chart, you want to see their locations. In synastry, especially, like synastry charts, you're trying to get compatibility. You really want to look at individuals as Venus and Sun and Moon together. You know, how their Venuses and Mercury, or the Venuses and Mars react, and how their Suns and Moons react, depending on who's playing the feminine role, who's playing the masculine role. You know, Sun would be the masculine role, Moon would be feminine role, Venus feminine role, Mars masculine role. And it doesn't mean it has to be male or female, it's just whoever's playing that role in the relationship. You can see the roles reversed in people. We're very eclectic. Anyway, with that being said, let me get you your spread. The card you got was Meditate and Contemplate, Cancer. So time to think things out and plan them out. Okay, you do have the Devil on the bottom here. Could have something to do with some kind of toxic relationship you feel chained to. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship. It could just be like a relationship at work, a friendship, anything that you feel is toxic. It could be even a relationship with like alcohol, a relationship with like social media, anything that's toxic that you feel chained to or can feel chained to. This was your moon card, Cancer. Meditate and contemplate. It looks like you're worried about money right now. And with all this stuff in Taurus, absolutely we should be, or we're going to be. And with the communications kind of being kind of rough right now, maybe you get a bad, what you think is a rough communication about money. But it's likely, because Uranus is on Jupiter in Taurus, that there could be a sudden opportunity for money, or a sudden windfall of money. It would have to be from your work though, most likely, because your 10th or 11th house are from like friends in some way, or some social group. You're not something you don't see. That's what, or this is literally saying meditate and contemplate. This could be a meditation card too. You look at him, he's just sitting there chilling under the tree, just like the Buddha. Meditate and contemplate. But it's crossed by worry of money or just worry in general. So worry may have you not able to, I mean, you're able if you choose to be able to meditate and contemplate and take time to go inside. But worry may be keeping you from doing it. Like you maybe feel like you have to work, or you feel like you have to do this, or you feel like you have to do that to stay up on top of things, take care of your family, that type of thing. And that you could be feeling like this because of that. Some kind of message came in the recent past. I don't know if it's bad or good. It's going to be different for each of you. But if some kind of message came in, it's got you worried about money because it's crowned by an offer of money, or like I said, a message of money. It may not have been a good message, but it may not have been a bad message either. It just could have been some message about money, and it's got you worried in some way about it. You have some big wish. This is your unconscious influence. So you have some kind of big wish or abundant. You have an abundant influence from the unconscious. So the influence around you is good, but for some reason you're worrying. Like, it's your choice to worry. It really is. You can see the problem as a problem and be like, oh, poor me. Or you can be like, what is this teaching me? How do I solve this? And then in solving it, you're automatically going to learn and grow because you solved something. So you had to learn and adapt and change in order to do that. So that's always going to be a good thing. New opportunity in front of you. Something you're passionate about. This could even be sexual, especially with the Mars energy like it is. Could be a sudden communication, but most likely it's something, this message may give you like a new opportunity to start something, or I may urge you to start something new, or like give you the motivation to start something new, because this could be great motivation, this card right here. And then you have your card. It says this is you right now. That's you. That the spot for you. Yes, this would be you. You are Cancer. Could also be moving forward. Could be getting a new car even. Maybe that was the message that you got. You get financing for a car or something like this, or a loan. But most likely, this is you. But it's showing you confidence. So don't worry. Meditate and contemplate will help you get through the worry. And then you can be this, which is confidently moving forward. It can be actually moving too. Maybe you're deciding to move right now, and that's what's got you worried. Some kind of communication. This was a competitive communication in some way. Some kind of argument. You feel like you won though, or you have the high ground, or you were in the right on this. I don't know who necessarily won, but you were in that. You have the high ground there, or you won, or you feel like you won. You feel like you won, or you did win, and maybe you don't feel like you won because that's the worry, right? And this is the advice is to plan. And it's saying meditate and contemplate was the card that you got for the moon card, and this is literally planning. Planning to take over the world. Really just taking over your world, or getting your world where you want it. And through that planning, you will have to make a final judgment. You will make a decision off of the planning. There's a message coming in. It may be a message that you get while meditating and contemplating. This may be like an epiphany, like a spiritual communication that comes to you. Cancers are very psychic signs. All the water signs are. So, through meditation and contemplation, you may receive some kind of message or inclination or intuition that lights you on fire. And you're like, this is what I need to do. And that will help you focus on the solution instead of the problem. If there even is really a problem. A lot of times we create these problems. Worry, anxiety, these things. They're all a choice. They're all fear-based. Fear and envy. That's what it's all based off of. When you get down to the base of it, even anger. Fear, envy, anger. So it's all based off of our negative emotions. Try to be productive in your thoughts. How do I move forward? How do I resolve this? What steps do I need to take? And always relate it to self, because that's really all you have is that I expression. Yeah, ego, but you have to have an ego. You can't even say I without an ego, because that's saying that you relate to something. You can't relate to anything without an I concept. That's what the ego is. It's the concept of I. Now, there's more to it as far as like the structures that you built and how you shaped the aspect of I, and then also the persona, the mask that you put on, that you project through to the outer world. But really, you need to relate it to yourself. Don't project it out onto others. Now, they can reflect things back to you, but then you need to realize what they are reflecting or projecting back to you, and then put it through the filter of self, and then see what you can do with that. Or if you can't do anything with it, integrate, move on. But yeah, you're going to make some kind of major decision. Yeah, I think you need to get into some spiritual practice here. If you really meditate and contemplate, and not just meditating and opening, you want to do that first, and then you want to contemplate and reflect. Because once you want to clear yourself before you really start reflecting and contemplating. That way, it's not too polluted with any stimulus from the outside world, from that day, that week, that year, any time in your lifetime. If it's very heavy trauma, clear. Try to get the vessel as open as possible, then do your contemplation. And it will help you get a less bias and a less exteriorly stimulated conclusion. Because you really want those conclusions to kind of come from a clear inner space. But it looks like it's all good, but for some reason you're worrying. Like, it looks all good. Something, I think you might be like, you chained to worry, or chained to grief, or feeling like you're chained to money in some way. But if you can meditate and contemplate, you're gonna get some kind of message that's gonna like, could be like about a car too, if that's what you're after. But really, it's probably just you. It's you winning, because the guy has the 3 swords. The other 2 are like, oh, we lost. So if you feel like you're in some kind of competition right now, don't let it hold you down, because it's going to go your way. Even if it doesn't seem like it at first, it's going to go your way. You might have to make like a harsh judgment, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to sever a dead limb. You know what I mean? Move on. Like, if whatever situation you find yourself in right now doesn't seem conducive to like growth and like moving forward, like the direction that you want to go, or where you see yourself going, if the people around you aren't reflecting that, whoosh, bye. Because you're not going to get where you want to go nurturing relationships that are dragging you down or holding you back, or at least not reflecting what you're looking for in life. Because you want to surround yourself with those kind of mirrors. All right. Okay. That being said, Cancer, that's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it helps the algorithm, and I really need watch hours. Especially the comments. Either way, I'm grateful that you're here, and I hope to see you here again. Happy New Moon.